So, the Mario Galaxy movie, huh? The reviews of this movie have been all over the place. Is it good? No idea. Is it bad? No idea either. And listen, Rotten Tomatoes means nothing to me. I've been a strong believer for years that if you want to have a proper opinion of a piece of media, just consume it yourself. There are plenty of movies I like that got bad Rotten Tomatoes scores, and movies I dislike that got good scores. So I sat down in the theater with two of my friends, preparing to watch the movie, and what did I think of it? I liked it. Yeah, I think it's better than the first, actually. Listen, it's not perfect. There's still issues. The same issues as the first movie, in fact. The pacing is super fast, character motivations aren't really that developed. I think this movie would have been received better if it was just called the Super Mario Bros. Movie 2 instead of the Super Mario Galaxy movie, because it sets a lot of big expectations for it, and this movie, while it follows the same themes as the game, it doesn't really follow the story of the Galaxy game. But there's still a lot to like about this movie. Let's dive deeper into it. Bear in mind, I'll go through the movie's story as I make my points, so spoiler warning if you haven't seen the movie. This is your final warning. The story of the movie doesn't really go further than Rosalina gets kidnapped and Mario and crew have to save the day. And I've seen people pointing this out online, where Rosalina's role in the movie could have been replaced by just Bowser Jr. using the Grand Star to power his weapon. And yeah, I have to agree. Though I don't mind Rosalina not having that much screen time since in Galaxy, especially in the second game. She doesn't have that much to do aside from the finale in the first game. Yoshi was a really fun character. I was scared when they announced Donald Glover was voicing Yoshi that there was going to be a point where Yoshi would speak full sentences, but I'm happy he didn't do that. And the little scene of him exploring Brooklyn was very cute. I liked it. I find it interesting how they changed the intro of Mario Galaxy from the Star Festival to just being Peach's birthday party. I don't know how to feel about that. Like, Stardust just randomly dropped from the sky instead of the games where it happens every century. Luma crash lands alerting Peach of Rosalina's kidnapping, and she embarks on the journey to Gateway Galaxy with Toad, while Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi have to take care of the kingdom in her absence. I liked how Mario and Luigi are together in this movie. My big complaint of the first movie is that Luigi was the damsel in distress role. We only see him do stuff at the end of the movie, so I'm glad they fixed that. The UFO taking Peach's castle, like in the game, with the same music score, was really cool. While I'm mentioning the music, another big complaint myself and other people had about the first film is that there wasn't that much recognizable music from the games in the movie, with a lot of licensed tracks. Here there's only like one or two licensed tracks, while the rest of the score has a ton of Galaxy tracks. They listen, and I can't be more happy. But anyway, the fight scene with Bowser Jr. was super well done. A lot of this movie's fight scenes are 10 times more cinematic and epic than the first. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Junior uses Mega Leg. We saw him earlier in the movie when he kidnapped Rosalina, and we see him again here. I don't really like how they scaled him down, but still, it's cool to see him in the movie. The Bros and the Yoshi crash landed on the Honey Queen planet, and yeah, Bowser's here. He's tiny because of the events in the first movie, and I don't know what to feel about his character in this movie. He starts off being friends with the brothers, but once Junior gets him out of the Honey Queen Kingdom after he took the place of the brothers for the work, Junior later tells him that family is more important than friends, and he just immediately decides he's right. That kind of felt very rushed, and I feel they could have done a better job building up to him being a villain again. But yeah, about the Honey Queen. That was an interesting version of her. It's not how I imagine her being like, but I'm not opposed to it. She acts like a very full of herself queen, when in the games, I got the impression that she was a more kind-hearted queen. Again, I'm not opposed by it, it just took me by surprise. We cut back to Peach and Toad arriving at the Gateway Galaxy. Gotta say, I like this redesign. It being a spaceport is a really cool idea, but it kind of takes away the isolation feeling of Galaxy. And that's something this movie does a lot, but I wasn't really going this movie expecting that they replicate it. After Toad gets his backpack stolen by Kiki, we meet Wart, and I'm glad we see him again. We haven't seen him in anything but Mario 2, so I'm glad they're using him again aside of that. But how does he know anything about Rosalina's captured location? They never really explain that, he just knows it. After Peach got the info where Rosalina is taken, she needs to find a pilot. And to the people that complain about Rob just being like the slot for Zootopia, I'm sorry, but have you ever used a Rob toy IRL? These things are slow and clunky, so of course it'd be like that in a movie. When Peach and Toad arrive at the bridge, we get to see my boy, Fox McCloud. After 10 years, he's back, and if you know me personally, you know that I love Star Fox. I love almost every game in the series, so what do I think of him? He's perfect. The scene where it's animated like the Battle Begins short is great. I love his design being a mix of every version of him in the past. Every time he was on screen, I had a big dumb goofy smile on my face. But I have one complaint about him. There's a scene during the anime sequence that Fox complains about Snoopy making his R-Ring, saying something along the lines of, "That's what I get having a frog as a mechanic." Okay, first off, Slippy's a toad, not a frog. Second, he would never say that. Slippy and Fox have been best friends for years. That's something Falco would say, not him. I've seen people complain about him crying about his R-Ring being destroyed, but honestly, I don't have an issue with it. This is clearly a Fox early in his career, not the more stoic and jaded Fox we see in Assault. When Mario meets him, you expect it to be another Donkey Kong situation, but they get acclimated to each other immediately. That was a great fake out. The next scene where they crash land on the dinosaur planet, I honestly don't have really much to say about it. It's whatever, it's just a scene of wacky hijinks with Yoshi, Baby Mario, and Luigi. It's only here to serve a purpose in the plot for the Lumas to come and take them to Bowser's planet, the Space Junk Galaxy. And then we get to the most controversial change in the movie, in my opinion. So, you know how there was a theory for years that Peach and Rosalina are related? Well, they did that, but not in the way you expected. Instead, with the emotional, dramatic story from the games of Rosalina flying to space, taking care of the Lumas, and becoming a mother to them. They made it just a story confirming Rosalina and Peach are sisters, and together they can terraform the planets by holding hands together. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, it's cool to confirm the long-running theory, the community, but it didn't need to retcon the old story in the process. They recreate the final scene of Galaxy, but instead of Rosalina steering the ship, it's Fox doing it, and yes, you do a barrel joke, and yeah, it's cheap, but I couldn't help but smile. When Peach and Mario get trapped in Bowser Jr.'s obstacle course, it is literally one of those hardest balls Mario Maker level. I didn't expect them to acknowledge Mario Maker like that. And after that, they recreate the bridge fight from the OG Mario Brothers. And them doing Dry Bowser took me by surprise, but honestly, I should probably have expected it, since they also referenced Wonder Bowser Jr. earlier in the movie. The big fight scene between Bowser and Bowser Jr. versus Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi was cool, okay? Yeah, sure, it's a point at the screen and say, "I know what that is!" Especially with the dragon from Odyssey and Game & Watch showing up, and Mario using the Red Star from Galaxy. It was cool, okay? The movie kind of abruptly ends. After Rosalina is saved, they go back to the Mushroom Kingdom and rebuild the castle. And it ends. There's no closing dialogue. I was kind of taken back and thought in my head, that's it? There's two post-credit scenes. One with Bowser and Bowser Jr. in jail trying to escape, and Fox having his already fixed going back to his universe. And if this is teasing what I think it's doing, please don't let Illumination do it. Give the job of a Star Fox movie to DreamWorks instead, especially the team that did The Bad Guys and Puss in Boots 2. The second post-credit scene is just them teasing Daisy for the third film. So does that mean the next movie is Super Mario Land movie? Weird place to go for a third film, but then again, we thought the second movie was gonna be Mario World, and look what happened. Overall, the movie was fun. I liked it more than the first. I had a really fun time, so much so that when I left the theater, I lost my voice because of how much I laughed throughout the film. If I would give it a rating, I would give it a 7 out of 10. And the stars rating, 3 out of 5 stars. If you're a Mario fan and you have not seen this film yet, what are you doing? Go watch it with a bunch of friends and have a fun time. And hey, if you don't like it, that's fine. There's plenty of great movies out there. And hey, the game that the movie is based on is still there. Thank you for watching. Let me know what your thought of the movie in the comments below. And I will see you all next time.